AI-based cryptocurrency. Is this the future of the digital currency landscape? In this video, we're going to be taking a look at 3 different altcoins that specialize in artificial intelligence in the blockchain space. As I get into the video, if you find it useful and informative, smash that like button. I do appreciate that. If you're new to the channel, why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all the notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. And if you haven't yet joined us in Discord, guys, check it out. It's linked in the description down below. It's a fantastic community talking crypto 24/7. It's the first place we go to notify everybody of what is going on in the crypto landscapes. Check it out, linked in the description down below. Okay, let's waste no more time and let's dive down into the very first altcoin that is based on and is all about artificial intelligence. And that's going to be no other than SingularityNET. Now, SingularityNET is not a new project. It's been around for quite some time, launching back in early 2018, I think January of 2018, just as the bear market started. And, you know, it was actually under a different ticker. It was going by AGI, it actually just in, I think it was early 2021, they actually minted a new contract with new tokens, and it was under the ticker of AGIX. This actually is to do with the transition between the Ethereum blockchain and the Cardano blockchain. Essentially, they were first built on the Ethereum chain, and they remain on there today, but they are migrating and looking to build on the Cardano ecosystem for many different reasons. Some of the pitfalls that you have with Ethereum-based projects, and I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll try to link in a card into the video here, which actually we had an interview with 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗏𝗂𝗧𝗔𝗠𝗠𝗘𝗥𝗦 of Singularity.net, where he explains why he was transitioning from Ethereum to Cardano, and some really good insights there as well for if anyone is of interest or is interested in knowing more about the underlying technology and why that migration is incredibly important for artificial intelligence. Now, SingularityNET, as I said, has a new token, AGIX. It has a limited amount of data, but it is interesting nonetheless. And for the most part, SingularityNET, what they're trying to do is be the next generation of decentralized artificial intelligence. They also are working on pioneering the artificial general intelligence as well, the AGI. Now, I'm not going to go into a lot of this in great detail. It's far too much to talk about in just one small video like this. So do check out the other videos that we've done on SingularityNET on the channel, and I'll link in the description down below their website. You'll get a lot more information about SingularityNET there. We definitely do rate SingularityNET. We're not affiliated with them. We're not sponsored by them or anything like that. I am an investor in SingularityNET and have been since 2020. And, I'm a proud investor of SingularityNET. I do believe in the vision. It is an incredibly important one for decentralized artificial intelligence and removing it from centralized entities like, your big tech companies like Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, and Facebook, etc. Let's get it decentralized. Let's make AI available for everyone. So critically important, as I say, you've got decentralization, you've got the beneficial AI network, the AGI development, and so forth. You can talk about the technology and all that kind of stuff. Even the bridge as well, guys, if you want to bridge from Ethereum AGIX tokens over to the Cardano AGIX tokens and all that wonderful stuff as well. You can obviously meet the team down here as well, 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗏𝗀𝗂𝗃, Janet Adams, and so forth, right? There's loads of fantastic people, and they're doing some stellar work, in my opinion. So this is the first one I wanted to kind of bring to people's attention. It's not a new one. It's been out for quite some time, and they are making headway with what they are doing with the artificial intelligence and the blockchain space. So if you're not familiar, do some more research on it. I don't think you will regret that. Now, as we come up to the next altcoin, we're talking Singularity DAO. Now, the Singularity DAO is a spin-off from SingularityNET, using artificial intelligence to basically manage a basket of cryptocurrency assets. And actually, what they actually define it here is redefining crypto asset management. Basically allow artificial intelligence to trade a basket of assets on your behalf and earn you better yields than if you were to just hodl. In fact, it has been outperforming many other retail investors and professional investors alike. And so the early results on this one is absolutely astonishing. Now, Singularity DAO is in its reasonably early stages. I would say that it had its beta testing. We kind of Chris actually took part in that one, and I think he's still actually staked into the Dynasets now as well, and they have progressed on quite a bit. And so really exciting to see what new developments come for Singularity DAO in 2023 after a really strong launch in 2021 and 2022. I'm really excited to see kind of how retail investors are going to start using Singularity DAO to essentially create really profitable portfolios within the crypto space. If you're not familiar with what is going on with Singularity DAO, guys, if you're a retail investor and you're kind of using speculative investment, then you're going to want to be checking out Singularity DAO. It is a game changer for retail investors, leveling the playing field between hedge funds and retail. Using artificial intelligence to basically trade on your behalf is an absolute game changer. We're not talking about these kind of bots that you see on exchanges. You're talking top tier artificial intelligence directly from SingularityNET being utilized here to basically, trade cryptocurrency assets on behalf of retail investors. This is a game changer for retail. So if you're not familiar, you should definitely check it out. Again, I'll link this one in the description down below. As you can kind of see, there's lots of different options on here. You can connect your wallets and all that kind of stuff. And you can take a look at launchpads, the DAO, DEXs, vaults, Dynasets, all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to go into great detail on all of it here. It is reasonably quite straightforward, but if you are looking for any assistance with understanding how to utilize Singularity DAO, then do join us down in Discord. We also will link in the description below a link to the official Discord of Singularity DAO as well, so you can join theirs as well. There's a lot of scams out there though, so do be aware that if you're going on any Google ads, for example, there's a lot of fake Singularity DAOs and SingularityNETs, anything to deal with finances like this. Do be really, really cautious. I'll link the official links in the description below so you can avoid any scams on your journey. But join us down in Discord and we can verify things there as well, also linked in the description down below. So SingularityNET is, I think, absolutely fantastic and a game changer for retail investors, which then brings me on to the next one. Another spin-off from the SingularityNET family comes 𝗕𝗓𝗓. And 𝗕𝗓𝗓 is all about decentralized computing. Now, this is nothing new. We see decentralized computing processes, across the various different spaces. However, we do have something that is vastly different here with 𝗕𝗓𝗓. The CEO is 𝗕𝗘𝗪. We've had him on the show as well. We've got interviews on the channel with actually 𝗕𝗪𝗪 from Singularity DAO and 𝗕𝗘𝗪 from 𝗕𝗓𝗓 as well. So do check those out if you're looking for more of a general kind of overview on 𝗕𝗓𝗓 as well. But it is slightly different than that of the standard kind of computing projects that you see out there. We are talking about artificial intelligence-based computing processes, which means that the whole entire structure has been designed to allow for AI-based computing. So it's vastly different to that of other projects that you see that are just more generalized. This is actually really niche and really specific, and it means that basically if you're looking to kind of, let's say you've got a spare computer or you're not necessarily using your capacity of your computer and you have some spare power that you might want to kind of earn from, then you could basically earn 𝗕𝗓𝗓 via gifting or basically selling that computing power to the artificial intelligence of 𝗕𝗓𝗓 so that they can actually use that processing power to compute various different AI tasks and so forth. Now, this is a bit of an important thing because we talk about artificial intelligence and we do see from time and time again, the centralized entities struggling with demand and so forth. So having a decentralized network where resources can be pooled and basically are specifically designed to run AI processes is incredibly important in the overarching ecosystem of AI. And you can notice there's a bit of a theme here, right? I'm focusing in on SingularityNET because what they're creating is an ecosystem. It's an ecosystem that actually kind of all thrives from that centralized hub of SingularityNET with these spin-off companies providing and helping and assisting that ecosystem thrive. So we do need to see computing power and computing processes for AI grow over time, and that's really where 𝗕𝗓𝗓 comes in. Obviously, I'm not doing this justice. There's a lot more detail to kind of jump right on into when it comes to 𝗕𝗓𝗓, but just like everything else at the moment, AI, you are seeing, SingularityNET, Singularity DAO, and 𝗬𝗓net all absolutely flying right now. We're seeing some fantastic gains. I do expect corrections to come to the market, and I do expect to have some fantastic dollar cost averaging opportunities and to pick up some fantastic deals when it comes to 𝗬𝗓net. Again, I am not affiliated with 𝗬𝗓net. I was a private investor, so essentially like a private sale. I basically actually I think it was about 10k I dropped into 𝗬𝗓net on the private sale side of things, and yeah, we're basically vested. I think that vesting period has actually ended, but I still hold the tokens, and I'm thinking super long term on this one. So just like everyone else, I'm a retail investor, invested in 𝗬𝗓net, invested in Singularity DAO, and invested in SingularityNET. Again, this is not paid content. I want to be incredibly clear with that. We are incredibly fond of the technology and what is going on here, and I mean that genuinely. Definitely should do your own research and come to your own conclusions on it. Now, moving on, there's a fourth. There's a secret little bonus one, and this is also coming from SingularityNET, and that is Hypercycle. Now, Hypercycle is in early stages. We've actually just completed, I think, or in the process of completing in our Discord server, the seed round of investing for this one. We've raised a fair amount, and I think they've got enough to actually launch. So I don't think there's any chance of failure here when it comes to Hypercycle. But again, absolutely some fantastic stuff that is occurring again inside that ecosystem that is SingularityNET. Now, Hypercycle has me absolutely hyped up. This is obviously in the early stages. It's not even gone to private sale yet. I do think that will be coming soon though, so do watch out for that. We've kind of done the seed round, and there will be more opportunities to jump into this one. So Chris and myself have invested. A whole host of our fellow cheeky community members have also invested in Hypercycle via the seed fund through 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗧. Again, join Discord if any of this doesn't make sense to you, and you'll get all the details down there. Now, Hypercycle is of immense importance in my humble opinion. It is going to be a sidechain on the Cardano ecosystem, but it's going to be ledgerless. Now, that ledgerless part is absolutely critical when we start thinking about the blow that comes with blockchain technologies. So a ledgerless system is a game changer. It's definitely going to really enhance not only SingularityNET and AI processing without having to kind of keep track of a ledger, but it's also going to have a huge impact on the Cardano ecosystem, allowing for a ledgerless blockchain like Hypercycle to be readily available to other people who want to develop on it. And it is going to be specialized for decentralized artificial intelligence. I think there's a lot of possibilities that come from this, and I do think this is going to be something that is going to be absolutely fantastic. We are going to be looking to kind of get them onto the channel for an interview, and so do watch out for that. I think there's going to be a lot of stuff to kind of talk about in terms of Hypercycle, SingularityNET, Singularity DAO, and 𝗬𝗓net. There's a lot of stuff to kind of be thinking about when it comes to artificial intelligence. It can be sometimes a tricky subject. There's a lot of different things that are happening on different kind of ecosystems or different kind of chains for different purposes and use cases, and you can see that AI is finally getting some really good traction in this space. It was only really a couple of years ago that we were actually talking about how big we think AGIX or AGI back then, SingularityNET, was going to be. And we've got some crazy price predictions on the channel from way back in 2020 if you want a laugh with how we used to do a YouTube video way back. It is definitely worth a read or a watch, I should say. So those are the kind of the four projects I want to bring to people's attention. They are moving mountains in the AI space and, of course, in the crypto space as well. I think it is well worth keeping an eye out on these. Now, there are many other AI-based projects out there. These are the ones that I'm personally invested in, which is why I like to talk about them. I like to kind of get them under as many people's noses as possible. And that's not to say that there are not other ones that are also equally fantastic. I do remember reviewing Fetch AI not that long ago either, and that was also absolutely fantastic. So definitely worth jumping into and learning a lot more about artificial intelligence in the blockchain space, the various different use cases, but be very cautious at the same time. There are a lot of buzzwords flying around right now. There's a lot of hype, and with that, does come an increase in scammer activity. We saw this when it came to metaverse, and we saw a whole host of metaverse-based projects just spin up out of nowhere. And yeah, got to be really careful, got to do your own research, and got to come to your own conclusions. Just a gentle reminder that I'm not a financial advisor. I cannot give you any financial advice whatsoever. All I can do is give you my thoughts and opinions on the data in the charts. I can say that SingularityNET, Singularity DAO, 𝗕𝗏, and Hypercycle are all very legitimate projects. We've met the team not only digitally on phone calls and on Zoom, but actually physically in person at events. And we spent a fair amount of time getting to understand the technology that sits behind it as well. So do your own research, come to your own conclusions. I'm pretty happy and pretty solid when it comes to these four. I cannot say the same for every single AI-based project out there. Do your own research, come to your own conclusions. Guys, I'm going to leave this video right there though. If you have found it useful and informative, smash that like button. I do appreciate that. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, tap the bell, select all the notifications, and in doing so, guys, you will be kept up to date with absolutely everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. Until the next one, have a fantastic day.